Ahoy! Well, I'm working on the Skylark, and there's this boat next to mine, and the Skylark's over there by the van with the blue cover on it. And you know, this makes me sad. This is an old Pearson, and it's either a coaster or a wanderer. These were built in the late 1960s, and you know, this is the time of year where people, you know, you're driving by a boatyard and you kind of go and you look around and you see a pretty old boat and you think, oh, and this boat's for sale. I can see the for sale sign over there. Although the the phone number has been bleached off, so you can kind of figure this has been sitting here for a while, and the owner of the boatyard said it's been sitting here for years, at least since 2021. You can see the registration sticker there. So, and registration stickers last for 3 years, so this could have been put up on the hard, say, before COVID, you know, in 2019 maybe. But yeah, this is an example of what the ravages of time will do to a boat. The first thing you'll notice is like moss growing on it. Also, that the hull is just all crazed. I think this has been painted, and you know, the paint is all crazed. Also, there's a hell of a lot of old bottom paint. You can tell how rough the surface is here. And so this boat would at minimum need a soda blasting. I'm also concerned about that big spot there. Pearsons typically have internal ballast, and so this tells me that this boat, well, what else happens to a boat? You know, my bilge had 10 gallons of water in it from just being over the winter and having a cover on it. That's just water that came down the mast. This boat doesn't have a cover on it, and I suspect there's water in this boat, and it's leaking, and it's filled up the cavity down in here. Of course, it's frozen and it's thawed if it's been sitting here for years, and so that's a telltale sign of not a good thing. Another thing, you know, again, if you're looking at old boats thinking, oh, I could fix this up, you know, yeah, well, here's what happens, partially because the cradle doesn't have a sufficient amount of support. See, there's only 4, you know, heads, on, you know, 2 on each side, and the weight of the boat, even though the keel is supported, the weight of the boat has caused this to press in to actually deform the hull. This is what's called the oil canning, and this is a pretty bad case of it. And based on where I think the bulkheads are, it may also have detached the bulkheads from the hull. So, I mean, you know, you might get this boat for free, but it might end up costing you more than if you just bought one that hasn't degraded so much. Same things happen on this side. So, not a good sign. You know, this indicates a structural problem, as does the water weeping out of the ballast cavity. Yeah, I mean, this is an old school boat. It's got a long keel. It's not quite a full keel, but it's a, you know, because the forefoot's cut away. But it's got a long keel, and it has a wooden rudder, kind of a barn door rudder. And yeah, I don't know about this whole girl. It makes me sad. And then let's just take a quick look up top here. Oh yeah. Yeah. you might think that, oh, you just need to scrape and varnish. You're gonna have to do a lot more than that. Oh yeah, look at all that water in the cockpit. And like I said, I imagine there's probably quite a bit of water inside. This boat is locked up, so I'd be tempted to climb on board and take a peek under the hatch, but I think I'd be even sadder after I looked inside. So hey, I mean, someone who's really handy might take this boat and get her back into shape, but it would really have to be a labor of love. Alright, well, I gotta get back to stripping varnish on my boat. Yeah, like I said, you can't even call. I'm sure the yard owner knows who owns this boat if you'd want to take a look at it. If you want to know what boatyard it is, send me a comment, and I'll get you in touch, because I mean, I would love to see somebody take this boat and restore her. You know, again, given the structural problems, the caveat is I don't think it would pass a structural survey. Again, not only given, you know, this severe oil canning and what it's probably done to the bulkheads, but also because the ballast cavity is probably full of water. And yeah, this is the problem with internal ballast. It's yeah, not a good prognosis.